Today is Saturday, Saturn day, and last week on Saturn day, I was a little bit hungover for the first time in a very long time, and I spent a lot of it painting and sitting talking to the camera, and I chose not to use that footage because I made the decision to be more intentional with what that decision was instead of just laying out, and it was the right fucking decision. It was the perfect fucking decision. So today I'm going to make this part brief because I have a gallery event today at Dark Pony Gallery, where I've got some paintings in there. I've got about 7 paintings in there, and it's going to be a fucking fabulous day. I am in my Saturn return at the moment. This started around February this year, so Saturn returning to Aries. Now, I have written for Saturn Day, discipline/devotion. I really wanted to outline /devotion because when you talk about Saturn, and when I speak of my Saturn return, the way I understand it is that I put myself through very particular pits before my Saturn return to ensure that when it came around, I could harness that energy and use it to really fucking propel me. Discipline/devotion. Discipline. When I would generally think of the word discipline, there is resistance there. When I think of the word devotion, that's me. I'm devoted to my discipline. And then I've just put gallery event, and then I've put first week of Diaries accountability. So whilst it's going to be a beautiful day, I'm going to be with my friends and lots going on, I will ensure that I'm going to get into that last part later on, because I'm devoted to this shit. But it's a beautiful day, sun's shining, and yeah, I'll see you later. Cool. Well, I wrote down a bunch of themes and questions that came up. I've been writing them throughout the week in a separate journal entry, and I'm not including them all in here because when I was reading through them, I was like, then it doesn't all need to be in here. It doesn't all need to be in here. If you want to hear what the themes and questions are, watch the other fucking chapters. Critic. The ones I did write down, first one, critic. It was about my critic. Who is she? Where is she from? She works with love and without judgment, with a fierce passion to facilitate expansion. We work in harmony. Second one was a question. Were you afraid of not continuing to be seen, or fucking pissed you didn't expose yourself sooner? The latter. Exposure doesn't require exposition. My creativity is not Star Wars. I wrote down the question, why? Because. I sometimes use the word because frivolously, because it is intentional. On vulnerability, I know this is perceived as vulnerable. What is truly vulnerable is what is expressed throughout the entirety and totality of my life. What does success look like to you? I answered this question a while back, but I asked the question in chapter 2. My success, my pride sits next to my success, which prompted the question, who else are you speaking to? Somebody who is willing to hear their own voice clearly and to cap it off, I said, you're only as small as you allow yourself to believe you are. I stopped allowing this a long fucking time ago. That's Saturday done. Saturn day done. So, shout out Daddy Saturn, and I'll see you on Sunday.